Hey, what's up everybody? TooTallToby here, and today we're going to continue our journey to try to create a TooTallToby tutorial for every single tier 2 model in the library at TooTallToby.com. So here you can see we can access the full library. We've got over 250 challenges, and there are quite a few challenges here, so it's nice to know that we can sort these based on difficulty level. Like here's all the tier 1 challenges if you're just getting started on your CAD journey. But we've already finished all the tier 1 challenges, and we're now into the tier 2 challenges. And so today we are going to do challenge number 24-10-04. And let's take a look at this thing. Here we go. It looks like this thing is going to be solved, or has been solved, by 475 users. Very nice, with an average solve time of 5 minutes and 36 seconds. So as always, our goal is going to be to try to beat that average solve time, although usually we run a little long. All right, here we go. Let's click here to begin and go. And so the question here is, what is the mass of this part in XXX grams? Looks like this model is in millimeters, and it's using ABS as the material. We're going to try to calculate the mass and then enter the answer right down here. Now, before I get started actually modeling in 3D CAD, I always like to come up with a basic game plan, and I always ask myself the same questions, like where should the origin be located in this model? And I think in the case of this model, I'm probably going to locate the origin at this corner here, because these two dimensions are coming together right at that corner. So I always look for that when I'm trying to figure out where the origin should be. And maybe this corner down here. This model does not have symmetry, so we can't just like locate the origin right in the middle. I mean, we could, but it might not make as much sense. So I think I'm probably going to locate it right down here in this kind of a lower front corner. Now, the reason that's beneficial to figure out where the origin should be is because sometimes that also helps you figure out what the first sketch should be and what the first feature should be. So now that I know the origin is going to be down there in the corner, I think my first sketch will probably look like this L shape here. So it looks like that's 66 by 75 for that L shape. Looks like it's 33 here for that height, and it's 27 back here for this height. So that helps me kind of figure out where that first sketch should be, and then I think I'll extrude that sketch out to this depth here. Then I think for my second feature, what I'll do is I'll create this sketch here, looking down from the top, create this kind of like tombstone shape, this finger that's sticking out the front that's coming up to a height of 50. And then for my final feature, I think what I'll do is I'll sketch this hole and then extrude that hole through the model. And that's what my feature tree is going to look like. Now, I know that we took a minute and a half there, or a minute and 45 seconds there, to come up with a game plan, but I think it's always a good idea to come up with a game plan before you actually jump into the 3D CAD. And a lot of times it'll actually save you time if you do come up with that game plan first. So I'm going to click here to open in a new window. This lets me take my drawing and easily move it over here to my second screen. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this view with the clock, and I'm just going to shift this over so we can keep an eye on the clock and we can see if we can beat that average time. So there's the clock. Whoops, there is the clock. And then we'll move this up a little bit, and let's get into Onshape and see if we can get this done. So we're going to say create document. I'm going to call this 24-10-04 shipping corner, and we are going to store this in the public space. So if you're ever in Onshape and you do a search in the public space for this document name, you can take a look at my model. Maybe if you get stuck, it'll help you get unstuck. Now, by default, my workspace units are always in millimeters, so I don't have to come in here and change anything. But if you were in inches, you might have to come in here to this hamburger menu and change it. And now we can jump into our game plan. Front plane, S key, begin a sketch. N key to get normal 2. S key to begin the line command. Single click here at the origin, move over in this direction, single click again, let go of my mouse. This is going to come over to a distance of 75. Enter. Going to move my mouse straight up in this direction, single click, let go of my mouse, 33. Enter. Move my mouse over in this direction, move my mouse up, move my mouse over here, vertical to the origin, single click, let go of my mouse, 27 millimeters, and move my mouse down here, back to the origin, single click, let go of my mouse, 66 millimeters. And look at that, a nice, fully defined sketch, all in one pass. That is what we like to see. And so that's a great workflow to practice. You know, if you weren't able to get it in one pass, maybe you cancel the challenge, start over again, and try it again until you can get it in one pass successfully, because that's going to be something that's going to save you time in the real world. But now that we've got that sketch created, let's press the S key. And I always customize my S key here. So, you can see you can right mouse button and customize. Well, I've added the extrude command right onto my S key menu. So we can extrude here. I'm going to go in the opposite direction just because that was part of my game plan. And this is going to go out to a depth of 85, enter, enter. And now we're ready to jump into our second sketch. So I'll pick the top plane here, S key, begin a sketch, N key to get normal 2. You could also press Shift 5 in this spot. Shift 5 will get you into a top view as well. So if normal 2 has you oriented off by 90 degrees, you could try using Shift 5 to jump into a top view. S key line, I'm going to single click here right at the corner, move over in this direction. Looks like this is actually going to be at a distance of 110 because it's 110 to the center of that hole, which is also the tangency point for this arc. I'm going to move away from that endpoint. I'm going to come back and just put my mouse over that endpoint. Then I'm going to move away again, and that puts me into a tangent arc. And you can see I can bring this all the way around until I'm vertical to that starting point, single click. Then I can let go of my mouse and type in 18, and that gives me a nice fully defined arc there. And then I could come back to this original edge here, single click, or vertical to the origin, single click, and then move up here and single click. And look at that. Once again, a nice fully defined sketch on one single pass just by learning how to leverage those auto dimensions. It's really going to save you a lot of time when you're trying to put together your models. So now I could include the hole here in the sketch. Usually I would probably opt to do that as a second feature. It gives you a little bit more flexibility in the long run. Like if you ever wanted to suppress that hole, it's very easy to do if it's a separate feature. So I'm going to go here, S key extrude, and we're going to bring this up to a height of 50, enter, enter. And then we're going to create a third and final feature here. And we can do this either with a sketch or we could do it with the hole tool. You don't want to forget about how useful that hole tool is in Onshape. So you can click here, hole. This is going to be a simple hole. The hole is going to be in metric. So metric, simple hole. And then the diameter of that hole is going to be 20 millimeters, 20, enter. And then I can use this icon here, the mate connector icon. And then I can just pick here. Usually what you'll end up doing is kind of picking like here, a little bit inside of that edge, and that will automatically pick up on the center point of that edge. So you click here, mate connector, put your mouse over here, kind of move in just a little bit. There you go, right about there, single click, and there you go, there is that hole. And for the termination of that hole, we're going to make that through all. So we hit the check mark, and that pretty much does it for that model. Pretty straightforward model there, just 3 features, a couple of sketches and some features. And I think now what I'll do is I'll press the letter P, and that hides those planes. I think I'll go over here to the name of the part, right click, and I'll say edit appearance, and I'll change this to like a purple, just like what the customer gave us. The customers always like it when you match their appearance, the appearance of their parts. And then I think what I'll do is I will right mouse button here on the name of the part, and I'll say assign material. Now this material does come from the TooTallToby custom materials library, and I'll include a link down below in the description to a video explaining how to set up your custom library. And this material is going to be ABS, and we hit the green check mark. And now all that's left to do is measure the mass of this part by clicking on this icon down here, the scales. So you click on that and then pick anywhere on the part, and we are coming up with a mass here of 396 grams. And so we're going to move the app back over here. Let's see if that is the correct answer. 396, enter. Yes. Whenever we see that purple screen, that is telling us that we did it correctly, that we came up with the correct mass, and that is a good feeling. So we did it in 7 minutes and 27 seconds. The average time was 5:36. Was hoping we could beat the average time, but look, anytime you're doing these challenges, you could always go back in and say try again, and that way you can go back through and see if you can improve on your time. Don't just type in the answer. Actually go through and model it again and see if you can revise some of those workflows. See if you can get those sketches put together a little bit faster. Maybe experiment with some different sketching techniques and see if you can come up with an even faster technique. But I think if we try again, we could probably beat that time of 5:36. And if you enjoy doing these types of challenges, be sure to check out the website TooTallToby.com. You can sign up for free and get started doing these challenges. And then if you really like the app, you can unlock the entire library. And of course, if you enjoyed today's tutorial, be sure to hit the like button, be sure to subscribe, and be sure to let me know down in the comments if you have any questions or comments for me. And I will look forward to seeing all of you in the next TooTallToby Onshape step-by-step tutorial.